Hi guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome back to another video, and this Friday we've a game to look forward to. The relegation promotion playoff between Waterford FC and Bray Wanderers. Now, really intriguing game here, I think. I think most people will think that the Premier Division team, the full-time outfit, Waterford FC, all they have to do is turn up and win this game, but I don't know. There's a couple of factors here. Are Waterford a better side than Bray Wanderers? Yes. Is all the pressure on Waterford? Yes. And they've been down here before. Waterford fans will tell you. They've been down this road many times, either going into this game as a Premier Division team or the First Division team, and probably their best result in performance was when they went in as underdogs against Cork City and beat them 3-0 in Tallaght Stadium. But they've had some horror stories, haven't they? Including a defeat to UCD, for example, when they were expected to win, and there was a bit of chaos, to say the least, wasn't there? As Water fans will know going into that one. But I do think all the pressure is always on the Premier Division team. There's no pressure on Bray Wanderers going into this game at all. Confidence is probably higher in the Bray Wanderers camp, having come through the playoffs, including that win against Treacy where Ferzai came on and scored that brilliant bicycle kick to give them the win. And look, they have some very good players. Billy O'Neill will be back for this as well. Very good young player. Sean Brennan in midfield. Killian Cantwell. Waterford fans know about him. Very experienced. And Bray were here last year, remember, against Drogheda United. And I was at that game, and Drogheda United just won the cup. But Drogheda United were very professional, put on a very professional performance in winning that game by 3-1 against Bray Wanderers. But Bray can call on a bit of experience from that. They still have some players that played there, etc. And, Paul Heffernan would be delighted to have got his team to the final. Cove are probably favourites, but I always say the team who finishes third, a lot of the time they don't actually win the playoffs, do they? To be fair. Or second, I should say, in the First Division. And Matt Lawler, obviously second stint, if you like, manager of Waterford, and probably the first stint was a better one, but they were very poor against Galway United. They were lucky to get 1-1 draw, and they're extremely poor. Paul Jamont has obviously finished with the Golden Boot and 14 goals, and without him, they'd be a bit hairy, let's say, because, it's a squad that lacks a lot of balance for me, lacks a lot of quality, to be honest with you, in Premier Division terms. Amond is a man. It's as simple as that. And look, they'll hope for his experience to try and get them over the line here, and they'll be expected to go out and attack Bray Wanderers from the minute go. But they have fluffed up in these games before with the heavy favourites, Waterford. They don't do heavy favourites, Waterford, do they? Let's be honest. But here's a chance for them to redeem that, and it's a massive game for them. As I said, they've everything to lose. They're a full-time club. They're in the Premier Division. Bray aren't full-time. They're in the First Division, of course, and they've everything to lose. Now, you'd fancy it's a tough one for Bray in terms of, look, they won't care, but if they get up, they're probably favourites to go down straight away, to be honest. You're talking about the Premier Division now where every team's full-time as well, and there is a gap there, and there would be a gap technically between the two teams. But this is a one-off game. It's a cup game. It's a one-off game. There's a lot of pressure on Waterford here. You've seen the likes of Sligo Rovers, for example, lose to Kerry FC this year, and First Division teams have beaten Premier Division teams in one-off games. If this was a two-legged affair, I'd strongly fancy Waterford in this case, but it's not. From a Waterford's point of view and the fans' point of view, they'll be hoping that the players have a desire and a hunger here to actually go out and do it, because how many players are going to be still at Waterford next year is going to be the question, regardless of where they are. So that's the other little question for them. I think Waterford are quite porous at the back, personally. I don't think they're anywhere near good enough at the back as a unit individually in any shape, way or form. And Brave look to attack that, probably hit them on the counter. And as I said, players like Billy O'Neill, Ferzai has been in and out of the team, but he's a good quality player. You've got the likes of Sean Brennan, etc., as I mentioned before. And Brave will look to test that out, and they were beaten comfortably really last against Drogheda. Even if Waterford win, apologies for the doorbell, I don't think it'd be as comfortable as what Drogheda did last season, and it would not surprise me if the team, the Seagulls, actually won this game. But it's a really intriguing game. Really looking forward to it. Prediction wise, I will go for Waterford, but I'm not saying it with 100% confidence either. I'll go 2-1 Waterford FC. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're a Bray Wanderers fan, how confident are you? If you're a Waterford fan, are you nervous being the Premier Division team, essentially? Are you nervous because you've been here before and, you know, there has been a bit of yo-yoing from Waterford in the last number of years, hasn't there? They obviously stayed up last year. But are you very confident as a Waterford fan as well? If you're a fan of just a League of Ireland fan, let me know if you plan to go to the match and give us a prediction as well. I'm going to leave it there, guys, and should be a match day vlog on Friday. See you later. Subscribe to the channel and see you later.